Police right now are investigating a home invasion here in Desert Hot Springs. One male was injured and taken to the hospital. What was taken remains under investigation. Firefighters are on scene right now working to contain a hazmat situation as a result of this big rig accident. Palm trees in the date industry are huge here in the Coachella Valley, and an invasive species of weevil targets only palm trees. Here in the Coachella Valley, Indio will host a multi-faith community prayer vigil tomorrow. The goal is to bring together people of all faiths and backgrounds in a peaceful and non-confrontational setting. The Student Leadership Conference awards scholarships to students, many of which will be the first in their family to attend college. Here at the Indio Performing Arts Center, Mayor Miller wants the vigil to honor those who were devastated by the tragedies across the nation and come together as a community to discuss solutions. The cost of the medication for California residents who wish to end their lives could be between $3,000 and $5,000, but programs such as Medi-Cal would cover the cost for low-income residents. You can see the fireworks show on display tonight right here at the Palm Desert Aquatic Center. Welcome to the Desert Living Show. I'm your host, Erica Jackson, and today with the Coachella Valley Unified School District has gained national attention and even praise from President Obama by developing programs that build a collaboration between the administration that works in the offices and the family that works in the fields. One such program is the Walk the Walk initiative. Dr. Darrell Adams is spending a day in the fields.
We'll come out here with them, we'll harvest grapes, we'll lay concrete, we'll do whatever we have to do to show them we're in solidarity with them.
But he's learning that even one day is hard work.
It's a skill to it as well. How do you cut the grapes from the vines? How do you clean up that bunch of grapes that you have? How do you touch them?
Over half of Riverside County's migrant population students attend Coachella Valley Unified Schools, which creates its own challenges. Dr. Adams works with parents and students to solve those problems.
Get additional services to those students because of the mobility involved in their parents' work.
The goal is that students not only work in the fields, but own them.
Our parents, they do want our students to get fully educated and have the possibility and the options to someday own a place like this.
I want to own my own field tonight.
There you go. I love that talk.
Yeah.
Very important for us that more leaders are out here because there are so many programs that our students don't know about and we don't know how to help them, and our children have the desire to continue their education, but since we're here and we don't know how to navigate the system, it's important that the professionals meet with us so that they can help guide us.
Reporting from Thermal, I'm Erica Jackson, KMIR News.
Speed is still the #1 cause of traffic collisions right now, but distracted driving, especially cell phones, is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. With technology advancing, there's just so many things that you can do on your phone that can cause you to be distracted.
Alex Winkler says her phone is probably the biggest distraction. She says she checks it as often as
probably once or twice every time I'm in the car to reply to a text or to change the song, like whatever music is playing.
According to auto safety regulators, U.S. traffic deaths jumped almost 8% in 2015, making it the deadliest year on the road since 2008. One explanation is distracted driving due to mobile devices.
It is very dangerous. It's never worth it to use your cell phone while you're driving. It only takes 1 second for a tragic collision to occur.
Mobile devices and distracted driving are some of the reasons for more fatalities on the road, but lower gas prices are also causing more deaths. The lower gas prices are also bringing in more people on the road, like Jim Bradfield. Now that gas prices have decreased, he thinks less about the next time he'll take out his car for a drive.
Now I can roll in for $15 and it's not nearly as costly. So, if I want to go on a road trip, I'm going to go on a road trip.
In hopes of preventing more deaths behind the wheel, the Department of Transportation announced a new safety agreement with automakers, which would require that 99% of new cars have a standard automatic emergency braking system by 2022. Erica Jackson, KMIR News.
It's a hard feeling, we just happy it's over with, and now we can go on with our lives now because we've been 5 years.
5 years later, and friends and family of Officer Jermaine Gibson may finally have some peace. At the Banning Justice Center, Dejan Gray, a felon who caused the death of Cathedral City police officer Jermaine Gibson during a high-speed chase back in March of 2011, was found guilty on all charges, including second-degree murder and manslaughter. The night started in Cathedral City, but ended fatally in Palm Springs when Gray was driving under the influence of methamphetamine, alcohol, and marijuana at over 100 miles an hour. During the chase, Officer Gibson's car crashed into a palm tree, which started a fire. Despite a rescue attempt from a fellow Cathedral City police officer, Officer Gibson died almost instantly.
He knew this was possible. We had long discussions about this. It's an obvious ultimatum or option that could come out of this career, but he wouldn't have traded it for the world.
Officer Gibson left behind a wife and an infant son.
We're so happy that we got this verdict, and now our family can have some peace.
Dejan Gray could face 30 years to life in prison during his sentence on September 9th.
As a mother, I also fell for his mom as well. It's a heartbroken decision. We both lost our sons.
Officer Gibson's family says while they're happy they can finally move on with their lives, it still doesn't take the pain away. Reporting from Banning, Erica Jackson, KMIR News.